There's always been a love-hate relationship with the American gangster.
Greed, corruption, what happens when everything you want is at your feet?
It's the dark side of the American dream.
Boardwalk Empire is set in 1920 in Atlantic City. The series actually begins on the day Prohibition is enacted.
Prohibition!
Alcohol is now suddenly illegal, and the man who runs the city, NUCKY Thompson, is open to doing business with people who want to import that alcohol.
So, cheers.
Now, NUCKY Thompson is not a real gangster. He's corrupt.
His world is about to shift from basic sort of local corruption to the violent world of gangsters and all those illegal things that come with it.
One of the main unintended consequences of the noble experiment of Prohibition was organized crime.
The show has incorporated all these real-life figures like Arnold Rothstein, Lucky Luciano, and Al Capone.
It's not Lucky Luciano and Al Capone that we know today. It's the youth version. They're gangster toddlers that are just beginning.
Could you fix us up or no? We'll take goals we can get up to 2,000 crates a month.
You young fellas, no appreciation for the art of conversation.
Steve has this extraordinary ability to play characters that have a vivid emotional depth. You could feel it, you could see it.
Tell me how I can help you.
We first meet Margaret Schroeder, who's played by Kelly MacDonald in the pilot. She is a local woman who comes to Nucky for help.
I think there's more to Margaret than meets the eye.
She's intriguing to Nucky. It's not the type of woman that he's used to.
There's a little flame inside Margaret that is keeping her going.
You don't know exactly what she's willing to do to get what she wants.
Y'all remember Jimmy Darmody?
Welcome back.
Jimmy Darmody is a character played by Michael Pitt.
When we see him in the pilot, he's working for NUCKY Thompson.
In the case of Jimmy, he represents the new generation. Again, the dark side of the American dream.
He has no problem aligning himself with gangsters. Nucky doesn't always approve of the way that Jimmy is going about it.
Nobody move! This is a raid.
Michael Shannon plays Prohibition agent Van Alden.
Nelson Van Alden is a very religious, puritanical man. He's very devoted to the cause of eradicating booze.
He creates a very interesting obstacle for Nucky.
When I read the book and realized, okay, the show is going to be called Boardwalk Empire, we obviously need the boardwalk.
The boardwalk was the first thing we focused on, and the first thing was where we were going to do it.
I think we wanted to go to Asbury Park, but they wouldn't allow us. Apparently, New Jersey politics is very, very complicated.
So it was decided to build it outside in Brooklyn.
There are hardly any remnants of Atlantic City now. The original one. We were guided by photographs of the period, postcards.
Ultimately, the whole thing was built somewhere between 2.5 and 3 months.
When the sets are authentic, the wardrobe is incredible. You just put on the clothes, walk on the set, see everybody else in character, and you feel like you're there.
It's about power and the roots, the very roots of organized crime.
1920 was sex, alcohol, and jazz. You know, there's really a handful of movies and almost no television shows that have explored this era.